So, hi everybody, welcome to the second round or second attempt of a video for Chinese New Year, which was actually on the 1st of February. And I did record a video then, and I did attempt to upload it to YouTube, but obviously, Spirit had a different idea. So, what was so weird, short overview, I know I put a little bit of a live video on the Facebook group. I know some people aren't in the Facebook group. I will put a link to it in the description box below if you'd like to join. It's free for anybody. I put a lot of my regular videos in there. Um, I'd recorded the video and, as normal, as I always do, using the same equipment. And what was so strange was one of the lovely members of the group told me that the video was still processing. So I'd already removed it off my computer because I don't tend to keep things on here. And I noticed that the video was 60 hours long, and I'm thinking, it's not even 60 hours since I recorded this video. And I've already put it in my trash bin. It was so weird. And my computer continued to record a black blank screen. It was like a time warp. I think it was like Spirit was showing me how they can bend time, because there's no time, linear time up there. Well, I say up there, but out there. It's only us humans down here that have it. And then there was no sound on the video. No sound. It's so bizarre. So I know Mercury is starting to move forward from tomorrow, but I just felt the message was a combination of lots of different things, about censorship as well. And there were loads of things coming up on my feeds, and I was kept being drawn my attention to how people are being censored. I even saw like somebody who's a nutritionist shadow banned. It's just getting a bit ridiculous and a bit out of hand. Anyway, not going to get stuck into that right now. But I'd pulled cards and everything. The day was beautiful. The sun was shining through. It was a very light filled day on the 1st of Feb. So we had the Aquarius new moon. That's past now. We had Imbolc, which is the first day of spring in the Celtic traditions. We also had St.Brigid's Day for Ireland. And what was amazing was when I pulled the fairy cards, it was the one card that jumped out was my St. Brigid's card. Anyway, let's just start again, and I'm going to keep this video a lot shorter. It's obviously, meant to be shorter. And this is to work with the energies of the water tiger, which are already starting to kick in. So yesterday we had the 2nd of February, so 2/2/2022 is obviously, as we know, the date. So it was a powerful number of twos. And the number 2 in numerology is always about balance and harmony and coming together. And normally when I say that, I always think, oh, it's going to be calm and it's going to be really relaxed. But yesterday, for me personally, I don't know about for you, it was a very emotional healing day. So a lot was being released. It was a bit wobbly. So we're now going through this massive portal of this 2 energy for the whole of February. And what Spirit said to me is that it's a very, very powerful energy. And there's a lot going on. I'd be interested to hear from you what you think. What I've been getting around this portal energy is a lot of healing. Now, obviously, I am female, so I do relate to the divine feminine. I mean, we've all got divine masculine as well, whether we're a man or a woman. But I have felt that this is very much to do with divine feminine healing, and the cards that were coming up that I was showing you all in the group last night, and also in the reading that didn't upload, was this Ace of Cups card. And the Ace of Cups is all about receiving and our heart being in like a frequency, the right frequency to receive, because frequencies have to match for things to come into our life, for us to manifest. So I really feel like this 2/2/22 is all about a match, a balance, us coming back into like a balance within ourselves in order to receive what we want our heart's desires to be, whatever that is. So this is the Ace of Cups card, and this actually was the outcome card in my reading for the year of the Chinese year of the tiger. I just said to Spirit, what are the overall energies for right now? What do you want us to know? So this is the Ace of Cups card. So this is also, it's like we want to offer you this, the best outcome. And it's interesting because today what Spirit was showing me is, and they will show me this to talk about it with you for guidance for all of us, is that there's, yeah, okay, right. So they're bringing my attention, I'll show you this. They're bringing my attention here to, can you see like the waves here? There's a lot of emotional stirring and the lifting up of emotions and out. So there's a lot of emotional release happening around this. So there's some kind of energy shift that's happening for a lot of people around, for instance, like if we talk about the realm of emotions and we talk about relationships. So say if you are desiring a relationship, if I look at this card for you now and you want to meet your divine counterpart. I like the word divine counterpart because it's guided by the divine, but it's also somebody that is a match for you, somebody that will recognize and honor your heart. They're holding a cup of love, so they're offering you their heart, but not in exchange, but in relationship to that, they will also covet your heart. So this type of relationship, which is honoring and respecting and seeing you, a part of that matching of that vibration will involve you seeing yourself, honoring yourself, seeing where maybe in the past, where relationships that haven't honored you, and releasing that. And it's almost like having a little bit of a commitment to yourself and saying, well, that's having a bit of a reflection on what we've gone through to understand what we're not going to accept moving forward. So there's a little bit of this energy releasing with this. Now that's an example for you in relationship, because if we look at the water here is not calm. The water is, it's stirred up. So there's a real strong connection to emotions and feelings in this card. So yeah, so there's energies around this 222 as well. Really lots going on, lots of action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back now to this year of the water tiger. So the energies of the water tiger. So tigers are known for being solitary but ferocious. And the when I tuned into the energy, it was very much like the last year that we had, a year of a tiger year in Chinese astrology. And I really feel like the Chinese astrology is very in tune, because obviously it's thousands and thousands of years old. But it's like animal medicine as well. What is the tiger going to come in and teach us? So last year we had the year of the ox, and it was very much about holding the line. It was like, keeping a boundary, keeping things at bay, staying quite still. But with the tiger is like ferociousness and power. It's leadership. And it's all about symbolic of going your own way, following your own path. It's like inviting us to the beauty, the glory, and the strength of the quality of this. It's stepping into an expression of who you really are. So if you think about the tiger, it's magnificent, it's regal, impressive, it's competitive, it's courageous, bravery with lots of ambition. And it's really ties into this around this, and this is what I was saying on the other video, which is on the 1st of February, it's really tying into this new moon in Aquarius, which is, Aquarius is also to do with revolutionary ideas. And it's about having the confidence and the power to really move forward in your life. And this year ahead now with this energy, it's all to do with being willing to take big leaps, because they will pay off hugely. It's go big or go home energy. It's being pushed out of the nest and into these new energies. It's creative passion, it's creative life force, it's enough of playing small. So if we look at the people ruled by the tiger energy, they're ruled by destiny and they have to take action and follow their desires. But they're all about balancing career and family. They don't have a normal career. They'll often, so if you know your own Chinese zodiac sign, it's about tigers will have a career that's fully in alignment with their passion, otherwise they just can't stay. And they're very family orientated, even though the career is important to them as well. They're able to balance out the two. So the Chinese New Year always kicks in on the second new moon after the equinox, so that was in December. And this is a great opportunity to set your course with this year of the tiger. So it can indicate sudden disruptions, that ferociousness. The energetic indications are, action, and but the water is great because it's tempering it. So if you think about the cups in the tarot suit, it's all to do with emotions. It's all to do with, cleansing a lot of our energies around emotions. We obviously, we're at the moment, the way I see it collectively is that we're coming out of this transactional type of world, and it's about sharing what we have with the world, and a drive to share it with others and seek justice. I feel like there's a real energy of justice fighters with tiger energy. It's very much in if we think about with the goddess, Kali is in tune with this. And this is what's so weird, because I've been feeling Kali around me for the last couple of weeks, and I bought this journal, so I'm going to share a couple of messages out of this journal. So I think it's with the Hindu traditions, they would relate this tiger energy with Kali, with this is, again, she's very much like with Kali, when she comes into your life, there's no gentleness about Kali, and I mean that as a compliment to her. It's kundalini energy, it's awakening energy, it's driven and quick-tempered. Again, it's actually very highly creative. So if we think about Kali as well, she's the goddess of creation and also disillusionment. So she will awaken, that was like the serpent for healing. She'll awaken the kundalini energy through through the root chakra up through the body. So I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a lot of people that are going to be awakened through this type of connection this year. So just going back to this kind of like transactional energy, if it's definitely a year to be courageous. It's social growth is very much possible, even more so this year, because tigers inspire fear and respect. No one is going to hang out with a tiger and challenge that courageousness. I'm just thinking, is there anything else that I want to say around this energy, really? It's very, very powerful energy. And we're in this 6th year. So this 6th year, again, links to this water energy of our emotions. It's the number of love in numerology as well. And I think with this Kali energy, I don't know about you, but I've been feeling this heat in the last few days like never before. And I know that's Kali, I know the energy of Kali, and that's how it really presents to me. For you, it might be different. But this is great to awaken some really splendid ideas this year and work with that creation, but also be willing to act on it and to go out in the world and share it with people. So if you think about tiger medicine, it's working with the spirit messenger of the tiger, new adventure, awakening new passions, new power in life. So we've got this 222 number, which we've just passed yesterday as well. This number of creation. It's like time to find your people and get to work on the projects that you've come here to do. And if you think about it, it's about claiming back our energy, claiming back our immune system, to ourselves. If we think about the last couple of years, there's been a lot of fear energy out there, and fear really gets our stress hormones going, which actually decreases our power. That's what the activation of fear does. And actually, by reclaiming our nervous system and our energy system from any outside forces, this is how we can really get to use with this creative tiger energy. So the ox was 2020 when it was holding the line, and now this year it's about moving the line. So, and what I will say about the cards the other day was that it was all about taking the leap. It was about really not just going for it, but actually, and again, I got this message again from Spirit today, it's not to sit on the fence. It's more powerful to make a choice right now. That's the energy. It's not actually to not make a choice right now is disempowering, because it's almost like the energy I feel is like, you know what you want. So you've just got to make that internal choice and say, I'm really going to do it. Because the tiger energy, it's very free thinking, it's very unique. And the tiger doesn't follow, it carves out its own path. So the thing about that is it's very much like going against authority of what's expected of you, because like that's going to almost like suppress that creative energy if it's not right for you. And you'll often find this with people with the tiger sign, is that they will often, the price that they're willing to pay is solitude, because they won't toe the line. Sooner or later, even if they're a people pleaser, they'll awaken to that, and they'll know that this is just totally dissolving their boundaries, but also their power. It's hindering it, and it's actually sabotaging them. So and if you think with all this water energy, it's all symbolic of abundance and joy, emotionality, the family togetherness. It's coming together with our passion and purpose, but not at the cost of the family. It's more coming together in a powerful group, which we're seeing that in the world, aren't we, at the moment? We're seeing it with the truckers in Canada, and this video came up on my feed yesterday, and it was a trucker in America supporting, he'd put a video up, and it was really, really powerful. And he was saying, I really support my comrades in Canada. And, you get bad eggs in every community. We're seeing it in Ireland with the fisherman group in Southwest Ireland, where the ships in Russia were testing missiles, and they hadn't asked the government for permission. They just sailed in and thought, we're going to do that. Now, they didn't do that in UK. They sailed past us and waved at us. But apparently yesterday, the British government released fighter jets as a warning to tell them, I think were there Russian planes in our airspace or something like this. I don't know. It's not really right at the front of the newspaper. You have to search for a lot of these stories, which is what we're finding at the moment, is we're only being shown what they want us to see at the moment. But thankfully, I have some lovely friends in Ireland who do tell me what's really going on, because we don't see it here in the UK press that often. So I get to hear it when I'm meant to hear it. So let's start off with a message from Carly. I'm just going to have a light my joss stick. So I hope you're doing really, really well. And yeah, this Carly energy is it's not for the faint-hearted, but Carly will often come in and awaken your life when it's ready for change, even when you don't feel that you're ready. It's like what we're saying, if we don't claim back our life force, our vitality, and our immune system, what's the hope for humanity? We've got to claim back our sovereign rights and our boundaries, and that could mean anything for everybody. It's very different. But this kundalini energy as well that is connected to Kali, it's creation energy and bringing it up into the higher chakras. So again, it's going to awaken some really great downloads for people of ideas. So if you've been thinking about going self-employed, or you've had these ideas, there's really this beautiful empowering energy to channel and work with from within with spirit this year, because it's available to all of us. Right, so let's bring up this Kali energy and see what she wants to say. So I've earmarked a page. This is what she guided me to. So this is the Alana Fairchild journal, and I was going to buy the cards, but they were out of stock, so I got the journal. And this was before I even thought about the connection of the Year of the Tiger. This was either late last year or early this year. And I am acquainted with Kali because I've done readings for people and I've seen her with the person at the time working with their energy. And it's often when people are going through a really powerful transition in their life. So if I just show you the picture, which are part of the Alana Fairchild cards, so big shout out to Alana Fairchild because I just love her work. She's sensual and she's powerful, but some people might find her energy incredibly scary. But there's nothing to be scared of with Kali, because when she makes herself known to you, this is what she's saying here. This is it. So it says, she's watching over profound healing taking place within your soul. So she comes in to activate. What she's saying to me is there's an initiation process that will happen when she comes into your life, and she works with the element of fire, so she will often burn away. So this is why she works with kundalini energy. So if you've ever had a kundalini awakening, and some people do kundalini yoga, a lot of people associate kundalini energy with sexual energy, but actually sexual energy is creation energy, which is what we're working with. And it can come in all different types of formats, and they're all right for everybody. But people will often feel this heat and this burning that comes up through the root of their root chakra, and it will burn through all the chakras. So it's saying here, take refuge in her and allow the circumstances of your life to unfold as they will, acting when you feel guided to do so. Having patience in the unfolding events and trusting that her grace is unlimited. So it's a bit like what she's saying is it's very powerful when she works with you, because she opens doors very powerfully, like they slam open, but you can't see them before they open. So she really works with very clear, strong, powerful adjustments. And I think what Spirit was showing me yesterday was how they can warp time, they can speed it up, and they can also elongate it as well. They can lengthen it. And I've had this sometimes when I'm rushing to get somewhere because of my own lack of planning. And I've been in the car and I've said to Spirit, can you just put me in a time warp? And I've got there like with maybe a minute to spare, and I've rang the person, I've apologised, and it's helped me. Obviously I wouldn't recommend this for safety purposes, but when I've really needed to, I've asked for it. Right, so we're going to start with the Black Moon cards, and I'm just going to ask Spirit, is there anything that they want to, a message they want to bring? So they're saying that we're going to use these, and then we're also going to use the tarot cards. So we're going to keep it a bit short and sweet today with the messages. So any messages around this water tiger energy, or with Kali, whatever you want to say. So this is creativity card. Okay, so this is the 5th house in astrology. So the 5th house can be about short-term love affairs and romance as well, but also it's to do with the awakening of our creativity. And actually on the back of the picture here is the fun house. It's to do with playfulness as well, and it's to do with the inner child, the 5th house. I think Leo rules this house, if I'm right. The 5th house, and it's a 29, so it's again a card of mastery, 2911. So there's something coming through here for some people, whoever's going to listen to this video, about awakening your creativity, but it's also to do with connecting to your inner child. So the the little saying here is by Pablo Picasso, and it's every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. So we lose this ability to think that artistry is just playfulness. We have to either commercialize it or categorize it from an adult's perspective in order to accept it. And what Spirit is saying here is it's now time to re-establish our relationship to what creativity is. And they're saying, absolutely, categorize it as your business, as your talent in the world, but let's not. What this is it's about a relationship to understanding that you're limiting your artistic temperament by saying, I am only an artist when I get to this or I reach this. We give it a logical branding or name in order to accept that we are an artist. Whereas often, and I've heard them say this, so I'll go to the hairdresser and Spirit will go, you're going to see the hair artist. Or we'll go out for dinner and it's like the food artist. They're all forms of artistry, but we've almost like I don't want to say like we've limited it, but we've dumbed it down by saying it's a job. If when we've had a meal by a chef or a cook, and some of the most incredible food artists are the people that we go for dinner at their homes, and they cook the most amazing food because they've got this love connection to food and they almost put it into their food when they make it. It's like one of my friends that makes oils. Obviously, I won't mention names unless you want me to mention them. I'm more than happy to promote all my friends' work because we all get behind each other. I'm not joking, when I use these oils on my skin, I couldn't believe what it did to my skin. It was like, whoa. And it's the love that she puts into the oils, and she picks everything. She makes them from organic, raw materials. She thinks about where they come from. It's like she's making a magic potion. And I'm being very energy sensitive, maybe like you. I don't know if you are, if you feel this. You might have areas in your life, like with art maybe, that you feel this way or this connection to it. I feel it when I buy these things, right? Okay, so playing is very much what the fifth house is all about. That's why this part of the chart also rules romance, especially the beginning stages. As children, our imaginations know no bounds and we indulge in creative performances. When as adults we dip into this field, we allow our minds and hearts to roam free and produce masterpieces. When the fifth house brings romance, we also enter in a kind of playfulness, a sensual joy that happens inside the playground of adulthood. So say like with connecting with the energy of romance now and wanting to share love with another person, if we think back to the first throes of love, and for some people it might be a long time that's happened, and maybe your heart's felt a bit locked down as well recently. Maybe your heart has been broken into little pieces, or somebody betrayed you, or somebody really hurt you at a very deep fundamental level. And what this time in this portal at the moment for you is about mending that heart and putting the scaffolding up and letting that heart muscle heal itself. And it's like I just see all these little elves putting up scaffolding in somebody's heart and rebuilding it and rejoining and you know, all the different blood vessels. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so I don't know the physiology of the heart, but this is just what I'm seeing, and building it all back up because it's so beautiful and you so deserve to have love in your life. And they just show me like these elves building somebody's heart and almost like putting scaffolding on inside so it can heal. It's got the right shape to be molded back into something beautiful and new. And it's like that. What's the Japanese art when they break a big piece of pottery and then they glue it back together, and they say it's the art of rebuilding whatever it is. It's built stronger and firmer, and those cracks have actually built new joins so that the pottery should not be thrown away. It's like, well, just because your heart is broken, you shouldn't throw your heart away. It's to have your heart broken, is to know what it feels like to feel such deep love. I don't know, this is just the message that's coming through. So what Spirit has shown me is connecting into a feeling when you once had when you fell in love, whether it was the birth of your child, whether it was that feeling, that joy of what it is it's the joy of feeling the way that you feel, that you can feel that. Because like when you're in love, you just love everything, don't you? You love like that first throes of love and romance and being with somebody who is wonderful. You are, you're like, you're connected to the love of life again. It awakens something inside of you, having that connection and oxytocin, a bit like when a baby's born, or being with a baby or being with a pet, and you just love them. You love them so much, and you know that they love you. And connecting back into that is going to soften the heart. They just keep showing me about this hardening of the heart. But also what Spirit is saying as well is that for some people, they've had to protect their heart. They've been in situations that were maybe out of their control, or they felt they've had to defend themselves, or they've had to put up a wall of protection because they've just had to get on with it. So indirectly, they've kind of put a bit of armor around themselves in order to just be able to function. And they're saying, we understand that, but it's now time to let the guards down, because not only does this energy of love and this energy of not only romance but creative energy exist within the heart, but so does our inner child. And our inner child is free, is a child of wonder, that believes in love, that believes that everything's possible, that believes in magic, that believes that we are worthy of having great things and experiencing new things. And it's about unlocking this. It's about unlocking it all. So they're saying with this, you can expect the completion of a project or the accomplishment of a magnificent goal for which there will be a celebration. What else? Yes, it's to do with Leo. Yeah, it's to do with love as well, and transformation, potential mates on the scene. Gonna give you the wink there. It's so strong with artistic expression. So maybe you're an artist and you know that you're an artist, but you've not put yourself out there. So people in your life, in your inner circle, know that you're an artist, but now it's time to take yourself seriously and own it. And actually go out there and say to people, I actually paint. And then that will then have a knock-on effect, and somebody will go, oh, could you show me what you do? Do you have a page? Do you have a website? And then it's almost like you just opening up that door, then the universe meets you. But it's about you not being afraid of what people think of you, to say, I am actually an artist, I am a yoga teacher, I am a child therapist, and this is what I do. I help children with play. I help children to regain their confidence. Maybe you're newly qualified in something, but you've been a bit nervous to take that first step because you're looking at all your peers out there and wondering why you're not doing what they're doing, when maybe what you're meant to be doing is you're meant to be doing it in your own way. Remember, this is tiger energy. It's not about following the pack and doing it the way it was done before. It's about having the willingness, but also a bit of confidence to trust the steps that maybe spirit or your guides are showing you, to just try, dip your toe in the water. And what's wonderful, I don't think I'm going to do more cards on this. I think this is the message for this reading today, is that the Jupiter card is there, which is all about abundance. And Jupiter is moving into Pisces soon, or if it hasn't already. So it's really good for very highly creative projects, working with children, also spiritually based projects. Pisces is like the 12th house in astrology. So it's all to do with, like the mystical world, the hidden world, the unseen world. Yeah, it's definitely all interlinked. So Venus is now gone through its retrograde period. It's now moving forward. We've also got this. So what are we on the 3rd of February today? So tomorrow Mercury is starting to move forward as well. So hopefully no more computer problems. So this card in the traditional tarot is the Six of Cups. So it's about creativity. It's about staying open. It's about having fun, festivities, free expression. It's finding joy in creativity and self expression. All is possible now. The most important thing is to move forward. And you know what, guys? I'm going to leave it there because I feel like that's the message for today. And I will come back. I will do more videos when the time is right. I obviously wasn't meant to cover everything on the 1st of February, but that's okay. You know, we just carry on and we do it in a different way. So wishing you an amazing February so far. If Spirit guide me to come back on and do some more messages, I will do them. I haven't really done an overall energetic read for February. I'll just pull one card. The fairies are calling. They're so cheeky. For February, have you got a message for February then? They're just saying, where do we start? Where do we start? Look inside yourself. So these are the activations of talents. These are things that you do and they're meant to be shared with the world. This is the month to really get them, to bring them out. Yeah, again, awakening true self. So it's like this is something that is gonna awaken passion, happiness, joy within you, inner power. It's very empowering. And make music. This is my creativity card in the fairy pack, because music is creative, but it's all about going with the flow. But this symbolizes creativity, an expression of creativity for me. So that's how I'm going to share this message to you guys. So, and positive expectations, big leaps will bring rewards with this water tiger energy, guys. So, yeah, and watch for a clearing with the element of water on our earth as well. That's going to be calling. It's not going away. It's going to really, and it's going to be, we're going to have to find new ways to do it this year. I think that's what this is all going to come together as well. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll be back soon and can't wait to chat more and see what the cards want to say. Take good care. Lots of love.